Hello everyone and welcome to my stamp studio. Tonight is Thursday, December 11th. I can't believe it's halfway through December. Well, not quite halfway through, but halfway through December. I have so much yet to do for the holidays. I haven't I haven't really started on all the stuff. I mean, I got a lot of my shopping done. My Christmas tree is put up, my garland's put up. I'm actually doing a class this weekend at one of our assisted living villages pretty close to my home. So yeah, that's gonna be a fun event on Saturday. I can't wait to do that. I am working on 2 classes that are going to be put out this week. It is a fun fold class and it is a calendar days class. So the calendar days class, I can give you a little bit of sneak peek on those. I will be having, I need to write up all my marketing for it, but just to give you a little peek. So this little box right here is a perpetual calendar. So you're going to make that box and then you're going to have little individual tabs in your box so that you can put your cards. You can write your friends or your family's birthdays on here or anniversaries or cards that you have to send out. So you have a handy dandy little box for your desk. You'll also be making a little easel card which has a post-it note in it and a calendar on it. I'm just waiting for the calendars to come in. I want to make sure they're in before I actually put out the class. And then we'll be making 4 cards to go in your little perpetual calendar box. So that is our that class. I may have to redesign a little bit of it because one of the products that I used was actually something that's not going to be available till January. Although, you know, I think I still may use it because the class is going to be Sunday, is that this 29th? So it would be January 6th that you can order it. So I'll be taking pre-orders for that. So we'll do it that way. And the Funfold Frenzy class, I don't like the name Funfold Frenzy. So I think we're going to call it Funfold Festa. Yeah, we'll do that. So that will be coming out this week too. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to do that in person and class in the mail. So look forward to seeing those. So if you're not on my email list, get on it. Because I'm telling you, it's going to be going out in the next day or 2. I'm just taking my pictures and, you know, getting all that good stuff written up. So let's see. I need to pop over to my computer real quick, and I just want to make sure that I'm actually live. So I didn't really have anything scheduled for tonight. My bad. This week kind of life happened this week, so I was busy with family a lot this week. So yeah, there we go. So I am live. I am seeing myself. Whoop whoop. So say hi if you're joining me. Love to know that you're here. But we are going to be playing with our Snowflake Kisses. And where did I just put that stamp set? Oh my gosh, I've been doing this all day long. Like, I'll pick up something I need and then I'll put it down to go do something else. I'm driving myself up a wall. Oh, good grief. I may have to even just like start all over again with something else. This is the 3rd time I've done this tonight. Oh my goodness. My brain is like going 100 miles a minute. Just where did here it is. I didn't put it too far. It's right here. So we're going to be working with our Snowflake Kisses stamp set and dies. And also we're going to be using our Lights of Aurora Designer Series paper. This paper is fabulous. It's really pretty. And I didn't even realize how pretty it was until I actually got it and started playing with it. So we're going to be using it tonight with our Snowflake Kisses. I love this stamp set because it is something that you can use all winter long. It's not just for Christmas. So hi, thanks for joining me. I'm glad to see you guys here. So yeah, we're going to be playing around with that. I don't have anything really. I have everything up here. I don't have everything designed and on my table, but it is it is here. So let's get started with this, and whatever I come up with tonight, it will be a tutorial that you will be able to purchase. So let me flip down my camera and we're going to get started playing around with our Snowflake Kisses. Oh, I forgot to tell you to close your eyes. I'm so sorry. Okay, well, you can open them now. Oh, I think I stopped going. Oh, please. Okay. Oh, yay. All right. So here we go, Snowflake Kisses. Let's bring out the dies, because these dies are really, really fun. I'm going to show you how each of these work. And we used them a little bit before with like our festive friends. So still a great stamp set to use, festive friends. You can use that little snowman anytime. All right, so we're going to grab, well, I'll grab my inks as I go here. I'm just trying to move things out of my way here. All right, so let's start with some paper. Let's check out our paper here. So you do get 48 sheets. And so here is, you get like, what, 6 or 8 of the same one here. So here is one design. And then the back looks like this. So I'm just going to set one of every one. Well, I'm going to set 2. That way I can see right in front of me what I have here. And then we have this one. And the back looks like this. So we have some of the Aurora lights. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to see them. It is truly amazing. It's just, I can't even describe it. It's indescribable. I feel like I'm on Princess Bride now by saying that. But yeah, it's gorgeous and so many different colors, and it's just a really neat thing to see. Now here in Wisconsin, there was several times where we had a chance to really view it. I am in the city, so I really didn't get to see it well. And the other couple of nights that we would have been able to see it like really good, it was kind of overcast. So yeah, I didn't get to see them all that much. And then, I mean, there was like 5 different times. And the other time I was just sleeping. Couldn't help it. Okay, so here are all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 different designs there. All right. So we'll put that stacked together. Well, I guess I'm going to have to get a new little holder for that. And so now let's pull out the colors that we have here. So one thing I like to do when I'm first starting to work with some designer series paper, I always flip over the back and take a look at what colors are in my paper. So in here, there's Azure Afternoon. I'm going to pull them out as we go. Now, oh, there it is. My feed is really slow on my camera. So if I get a little distracted, it's just because I'm looking at my feed and not seeing what I'm thinking I should see. It's like a 10-second delay. All right. I want to have this here. All right, so we're going to get my projects that I have next to me out of my way so I can actually get to my cardstock. We have a lot of projects going. I'm going to, next week I'm having a really good sale. I'm going to be selling my past classes. So if you missed out on some classes, make sure you're on my email list. I can't stress how important that is, so that you know what extra classes I have available. Yeah, and I'll have pretty much available to ship right away. Some may take a little bit. I may have to order some embellishments, but for the most part, a lot of them are really set to go. All right, so we have Azure Afternoon. All right, and now we're going to take Balmy Blue, which is one of our subtles. So grab a piece of that. And then we, of course, have Basic Black. Where's my Basic Black? I just had that out. I don't want to open a new one. Hold on, please. I don't know why my alarm went off my phone. It did. That kind of freaked me out a little bit. Okay, let's see what other colors here. We have, let's see, do we have Secret Sea in here? Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss. Okay, none of the colors that I have right handy. Oh, here. Okay. Berry Burst. There we go. And I'll need some Blackberry Bliss. So it really does help me to pull out all my colors so I can see what I have there. And I'm just trying to find my black. I've been using it a lot these last few days. And here it is. Found it. Black. put it back in its proper home so I don't have to go searching for it next time. Okay, what else do we need? We need Gorgeous Grape, which I just had. Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon. I'll grab it so Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon. So I don't know if it's helpful for you to see all these colors, but for me, when I'm first starting to create, it really does help me figure out what I want to play with. All right. And yeah, I probably should have had them out earlier, but, you know, unscripted. Okay. You get to see how my brain works, which may or may not be a good thing, right? Okay, we need some Pool Party. One of my more favorite colors to use. I use Pool Party, I don't know, quite a bit. Very vanilla. And there was one piece I'm missing. Oh, Gorgeous Grape. I think this is Gorgeous Grape. Gorgeous Grape. It's gorgeous. All right, and Very Vanilla. I got lots of Very Vanilla. Okay. So now that we got all our colors pulled out, I'm going to put this handy dandy pack of paper in my little folder here. I like to put my papers all in one place so they don't go flying all over, because we all know what happens in Best Craft Room. Things go a-flying. All right. Now I'm going to pull up the cardstock. I'm going to get it out of the way, and I'm just going to start grabbing some of the paper I want to work with. So let's see. You know, I think this is a really pretty one. So I'm going to use this one. Ooh, this one's kind of pretty too. I'm going to use this one. And this one's calling my name. I don't know why. It is. All right, so we're going to use those. I might just actually use... Ooh. Ooh, my. Okay. I'm going to put these away. We'll pick up my cardstock now. And let's see, I do know that I want to use a circle die. So I'm going to grab a couple of my dies right now. So I got Stylish Shapes, and I want to grab Spotlight in Nature. Now, I just reorganized all my dies the other day. And there we go. I was going to say, and now I can't find them, but I found them. Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to grab stamp pads as we go. First things first, let's get out. I'm going to put all my dies right here kind of in front of me. And then we'll grab our sentiments here. I'm going to put this up in front of me here so I can see. I actually have a little stand right there. And so I need to maneuver my phone a bit. All right. I just bumped it when I tried to put that stamp set up. Okay. All right. Now let's see. What am I going to do first? I'm really drawn to this one. So we're going to find the colors that go with that. And it looks like we could use our Pool Party. Ooh, So Pool Party. What do you think? Pool Party and Gorgeous Grape. I think even Night of Navy would work. I mean, even this. No, I think I like the Gorgeous Grape. Okay. These are going to be the first ones we use. All right. So we're going to put this over here. Put those down right there. Now, I'm not sure why it says Very Vanilla, because that doesn't look like vanilla to me. That kind of looks like white, but we'll pull in vanilla and we'll see. Yeah, to me that looks white, so I'm going to grab a piece of white cardstock. All right. And this is white. All right. Now I think I have all the cardstocks out that I need. And let's think about what we want to do. So if I take this large die here, it's going to cut out like a snowflake image. And I could cut it out of my designer series paper, which I don't know. I really kind of like the paper, and I want to see more of the paper. If I cut it out of here, I'm going to be covering up that paper. So the dilemmas of what to do. All right. I think we're going to start with one of our, let's start with a circle here. All right. Oh, I don't have my comments showing here. Sorry. If you were commenting, I wasn't seeing them. So hang on. Hang on, please, while I find out where they are. There we go. Okay. Now I see comments. All right. Okay. We'll probably use this one. Maybe this one. Let's make our card base out of gorgeous grape here. We'll start with that. So I'll start with a 5.5 by 8.5 piece. And then we'll score it at 4.25, or you can fold it in half, whichever you want to do. There we go. Oops. Now, my fingers have not been working. I don't know what's going on with my hand, but I'm having some problems with trying to grasp things and hold on to things with it. All right. So bear with me as I kind of fumble through things, because it's going to happen. All right, I'm going to cut my basic white here to be 5.25 by 4. So I have my inside. Now, what's great about what I'm doing right now, you could, and why don't we, actually make 2 cards at a time. So you have enough in your designer series paper to be able to do this. All right, so I've got that. We'll go ahead and do this. Because, I mean, if you're going to cut for 1 card, you might as well cut and plan for 2 cards, right? And I'm just going to use the same design. I may swap out a piece of paper, but the designer paper, but yeah, I'm going to use that. Okay. So these are my insides. Let's just put them on the inside right away. I really like this on here. So decide what way you want to go with. I mean, I like it like right in the middle. Oh, such a dilemma. Maybe we'll do our card this way. That way I get more of it. No. Either way, I'm going to have to cut out through the middle, I think. Well, let's just see how much this cuts off. So I'm going to go to, well, we'll just do 4 inches here. So this is how much I'm cutting off. Let's just do it. Let's just go with it, right? And then I need this to be by 5.25. So I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off the bottom. I mean, yeah, 1/2 inch off the bottom and a 1/4 inch off the top. There's some extra color up here on the top that I wanted to keep. So, all right, this piece I can save for another project. All right, so now I said we're going to make 2 cards at a time. So here we go. All right, I just happen to have another piece that was already cut. So I'm going to cut this one down to be 4 inches. 5.25. And we'll cut the darker piece off. Again, just grab 2 different pieces of my designer paper, but we're making 2 cards at the same time. Okay, now on this one, I think what I'd like to do let's see what Highland Heather is going to look like here. I mean, Highland Heather goes with that really well too. All right. I don't know. Well, if I do white snowflakes, it'll kind of distract from that. So let's do our corner snowflakes and we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how we like to color. All right. So on this one, I'm just going to cut this to 5.5, right? I'm just going to cut this piece 5.5. The reason I'm doing that is just so I can fit it in my die cut machine. And we're going to cut out a few different things here. So I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut a circle out. And we're going to take some of the snowflakes. I'm just going to do it all. All right, not all of it, but you know. Okay, we'll put this one here. That one right there. Okay, let's just die cut those and see how that will take a look. So this is the other thing I like to do. I just like to start playing with what I have. Now, if I gotta think about this, if I recall, this is going to cut my corner, so I need to put that in the corner. Okay, where'd my other plate go? There it is. All right. So before I do anything else, I'm actually going to just do that corner piece. And I'm going to go this way. Because I just don't remember how it cuts. It's been a while since I worked with this one. So we'll both see in just a minute. And I'm going to go through twice there just because it's kind of an intricate piece. All right. So now I've got a whole bunch of little, we'll pull this out of the way, a whole bunch of little pieces that are going to come out of here. All right. That I can use. But what I really am going to do, yeah, so that's not exactly what I was hoping. Okay. Because it'll cover up too much. So, I'm not going to use that piece. Okay. Now that I remember what that does, we're just going to move those pieces out of the way. And die cut some of the other shapes that I have here. On this side. You know, before I get too far, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try this again because I think if I have this far enough over, I have this far enough over to give myself a little bit of a edge, I should be able to kind of use a corner of it. All right. Your hands have been terrible lately too. I don't know what it's like. I feel like the vein that's in my hand like crossed my knuckle or something. And so anytime I bend my hand, I mean, it's gotten to a point where it's even hard to pick up the babies. So I don't know what's going on. All right. So this worked much better. I didn't put it on the edge. Let me show you what I did. But I just want to cut my piece down here so you can see. So let me just cut it to 5 1/4 by 4. All right. So that's what it is. I think what would be cool is if I cut it out of this. So we might, let's try it with this piece here. Yep, I know, I'm jumping around. It's because I'm playing. Okay. Now, I've got all these pieces stuck in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little brush, and I'm going to brush them out. Brusha, brusha, brusha. So this morning I was taking our grandchildren to daycare, well, the sitter's house, and it was kind of funny because I had to put little Miss Casey's hair up because her hair is getting really long, And if it's not put up, it's just wild. So I put the pony on the top of her head. It was kind of funny. I was like, you're going like pebbles. And at first she didn't like it because she doesn't like when you brush her hair. But her hair was actually not too snarly today. It was super easy to brush. But, you know, she had to make a big deal out of it. But, yeah. And then she got her hair up on her head. She's dancing around. She's so freaking cute. And then my buddy Caden, he was a sleepy boy this morning. He did not want to wake up. And when I even got his coat and hat and boots on and put him in the car, within 5 minutes, he was sound asleep. And I get to the sitter's house. I'm like, oops, sorry, he's sleeping. She's like, well, that's not going to work because nap time is later and he'll be wide awake. I'm like, okay, see ya. Not sure what you're going to do, but see ya. All right. So this is kind of fun. Oh, that's not too bad. That actually kind of turned out pretty. All right, we're going to run with that. All right, so my designer series paper and this are the same size. So I'm just going to put it here. And I could actually put this in the other corner so we could have 2 corners showing, which, should we try it? Should we see what it looks like? Let's do it. Let's just go ahead and do it. All right. I think it'll be pretty. It'll be pretty cool. And if we want to change our color behind it, we can. And make it a purple. I think purple is very pretty. It's not a color I use a lot for some reason. I don't know why. I just don't. So maybe we'll have to grab that piece of blackberry and do something with that. Blackberry and the berry. Highland heather and gorgeous grape. All right. And while I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and cut a couple of snowflakes right away. So I have them ready to go. Snowflakes and a circle. That's what I need. Snowflakes and a circle. Doop, doop, doop. All right, so we got those. We're going to cut another bit of this in white. So we have a couple different colors to work with. There goes my circle. All right, and let's get on our white piece here. And circle, snowflake, snowflake. Yeah, even for some reason, it's just, and it's right here. It's like anytime we do this. So, yeah, good thing it's not my right hand because that would be, you know, that would be a serious problem then. As I'm right-handed, so. Not that this probably isn't a serious problem. I don't know. I mentioned it before and didn't really say much about it, so. Guess I'll just have to live with it. Maybe it's just old age. I don't know. I would like to think that maybe something rolled in there and I just got to get it back. Because it's not always like that. I don't know. I've been sleeping with my hand curled up lately, so that may be doing something. I don't know why I'm sleeping that way. I am. Here I'm telling you all my woes. I sound like an old person, right? I'm just like thinking, well, maybe someone else out there experiences it. Maybe they know. Maybe they've done it. Maybe they know the solution for it. Okay. Let's get our bit back in here. All right, so I obviously can't use this piece that I've already kind of cut out. So let's go back and we'll grab that Highland Heather piece. Oh. All right, I'm gonna cut that to be 4 by 5 1/4. All right. So yeah, in addition to doing the class at the Assisted Living Village this weekend, I'm going to be making Christmas cookies on Sunday because I need to get my Christmas baking done. It needs to get done. All right. So I'll take a picture of my kitchen table when I have it all filled with cookies for all of you. I'll take a picture of my kitchen as I'm making a giant mess. Okay. Not so bad, not so bad. Now, what kind of ribbon will I use? I don't really have a purple ribbon, so I think we'll try and use either Secret Sea. Maybe we'll try Cloud Cover here. Oh, but I do have this Balmy Blue. I haven't even used it yet. Maybe we'll use that Balmy Blue. This is one that came out with the holiday stuff. Pretty sure it's still available. Oh, come on. All right. So I've got that. It's really a sheer ribbon, like very sheer. So it's not going to be a lot of color on there. So maybe we'll just, I don't know. Let's do something even more different. So when I do Christmas presents, I sometimes wrap my, I'll do this with my ribbon. So we're not going to do it all the way, but I have an idea to go like this. So let's get, and I hope I have some. I don't. Shoot, where did it go? Oh, I know where it went. Never mind. I took my, all right. I'm going to actually adhere this to my card base first. I took my Scotch tape to my mother's house so she could wrap up some presents. And, oops, I left it there. All right. Just want this to stick down. I may even put a little bit of glue here in my corners. Oh, come on. Is this the not so full one? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Come on. It's not wanting to come out. Okay. I just wanted to get a little bit of glue there so it would stick my corners in place. All right. And then I make sure I line everything up. And if I have a little bit of my color showing on the edges, I can always trim it down. But I feel like I got that pretty lined up. Okay. Now I'm going to take my ribbon and on the one side here, I'm going to flip this over, put my seal right there, and I'm going to flip it, and then we're going to snip that off. And I like this because it's not really bulky, so it's not going to make that, you know, the back of my card stand up, pop up. Okay, let's see if I got that right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. Okay, so there's that. All right, I'm just going to adhere that down then. Now, I know you're going to ask, well, what embellishment are you going to use? I have no idea. I might just use my basic rhinestones. Because right now I've really been digging my basic rhinestones lately. For one, it goes with everything. Let's see if I have something else fun. Okay, I've got too many 3D projects all over the place here. Let's see if I have anything with purple in it. Oh, I've got purple, black, and white. These are the foam stars from Halloween. Let's use some of these. I've got so many. Let's use them up. It'll work. It'll work. Okay. I've got my sentiment right here, kind of like that. Or do we want white? So I'm just going to play around a little bit. I'm going to take out some different things here. Let's see. Where's my sentiment? I'm just going to do Let It Snow. Actually, I like the sentiment that says, I want that. If kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. I think that's like the sweetest thing. So I'm going to stamp that. And I'm going to take Secret C. I told you, Secret C is the new black. In my world. Trigger finger, maybe? My left hand, though? If kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. So I don't know if I like the white for sure. I'm just trying it out. Of course, this was balmy blue. So maybe I needed balmy blue. Maybe that's why I'm just not digging that, because it wasn't balmy blue. You know, that could be a thing. So let's see here. If I put some of these other ones on. So these are the ones that were kind of trimmed off when I trimmed out this right here. I can still use them because I can trim off around the circle. All right. I don't know. Maybe if I pop it up. I'm not digging it. I'm not digging it. I think I need balmy blue. Well, no, because I want to use that. Oh, la la la. I don't know. I guess we'll just stay with this. But I do need different color. I suppose white on white really wouldn't be too bad. I do white on white all the time, so I don't know why I think it wouldn't. Okay. All right. We will put this one down here. I think I'm going to switch these two. Put this one up here and this one right over here. Okay. All right, so we've got that. And then I think we can go ahead and put some of our... Should we try the stars or should we try just regular rhinestones? You know, on this one, I think I'm going to go with regular rhinestones. So let's get this all going here. I'm going to go ahead and pop this up on dimensionals. Oh, and I stamped it on the wrong side. So if that's the case, then let's do this. Let's change our color. Let's use Gorgeous Grape instead of Secret C. What do you think? You've not baked one cookie? Yeah. I mean, I know the cookies that I'm making, and they're ones that I make all the time, so it's not like it's challenging. So I make pecan fingers, and this year I'm going to add in snickerdoodles. I usually make a cinnamon roll cookie. They taste like cinnamon rolls, but they're cookies. I usually do those, but I kind of been a craving for snickerdoodles, so I think I may make those. Then I make the spritz cookies because I always make the trees. And I'm going to do some so pecan fingers, spritz cookies, and snickerdoodles. Oh, and I'm making the faux turtles, you know, with the Rolo and the pecan and the pretzel. Not that those are really cookies, but my family loves them, so. And I might make a different cookie too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much time I end up having left. Because the pecan fingers do take a while to make. Let's see. Because I do actually have to grind all the pecans. Because unfortunately, when I went to the store and they were on sale, I don't know what I was thinking, and I bought pecan halves instead of, oh, I was thinking of making the turtle things. That's why. Yeah, so I have a bunch of pecan halves, and that's not what I need for my pecan fingers. And for the last couple of years, I've been playing around with a couple recipes, and I don't remember which one I like. So, I mean, it's an expensive thing to try and test. I did get the recipe book. In fact, I have it right here. I can share. I can show you. Every year we try to go get the Wisconsin Electric cookie book. So there are some new things in here. Totally squirreling on you. I know. But, you know, 'tis the season. So let's see. There is one in here that I wanted to try. Chocolate caramel. I don't know. The chewy chocolate gingerbread cookies. Now that sounds like it might be right up my alley, to tell you the truth. But I don't know how chocolate and gingerbread go together. So chocolate and ginger, yeah, I don't know. I may just have to try it. The raspberry chocolate bars sound delicious, but I will probably mess up on the glaze, the chocolate glaze. I'm just saying. But they had another one here. Oh, pistachio cream cheese cookies. Has anyone made cream cheese cookies before? Are they good? I think these would be delicious. My husband loves pistachios. Well, he loves any kind of nuts, really. He must, because he's married to me. So, anyways, I digress. I forgot where I had these. Okay. I would like to have those popped up, but I'm not gonna be able to pop them up very well. I mean, I kind of could with a dimensional, but we'll try it. We'll do a little mini dimensional. We'll see. And then I was planning, when I did my my unexpected Black Friday shopping, I bought a whole bunch of things for a white elephant gift exchanged, and my idea was kiboshed. So I was told, no, we're not doing that. Okay, you people don't want to have fun. I get it. All right. And they said, if it was at your house, you could do it. I'm like, okay, well, because, you know, I can't fit 30 people at my house. Sorry. It's more yeah, I know I'm going to have to start hosting the holidays because none of you want to do it anymore, but yeah, I'm not ready. Okay, so we got our little snowflakes popped up here. We'll put that one right there. Okay, I know I'm whining a lot tonight, but I'm not trying to intentionally. I don't mean anything bad by it. Just stating the facts. But I am really excited to just spend time with my family because, you know, usually that, you know, Christmas gets mental. My one side of the family, when they open Christmas presents, they're like, everyone does it in a frenzy. And you don't get to see what anyone gets, you know. It's kind of like, what did they get? Did they like my gift? Did they not like my gift? Did they just throw it in the corner? What the heck? You don't get to see any of it. So I guess I'm not too heartbroken. But I just, yeah. I like to be able to see, you know, just take time and chill out and, you know, watch people open my gifts and see what their reaction is. Because, you know, I am one of those people that actually, I have to take time when I shop. Like, I have to really think about that person and decide, oh, is that them? Will that work for them? Yeah. Sometimes I overthink it, but you know what? I do put that time in. Okay. Oh, I didn't stick that one down. Oh, it did. Okay. So we got those. I mean, I could color these little guys in if I wanted, but I'm not going to. I think they're just pretty enough, just sparkly enough. All right, I kind of really do like that card. What do you think? Now, this stamp set doesn't really have any images, so I'm just going to go ahead and on the inside of my card here, in case it were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. And then I'm going to say, let it snow, lots of love. Or lots of love, let it snow. Let's see, lots of love. Lots and lots of love. And let it snow. Okay, so I do want to stamp it at the same time. So let's go ahead and I like to put my sentiments at an angle on my block. And the reason I do that, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. We'll stamp let it snow 3 times. Okay, because that just makes sense, right? Yeah, you know, back last year I was not, it was a very rough holiday season last year. There's just so much going on that, I don't know, I wasn't really in the holiday spirit. This year I am. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And you know why it is? Because I found a radio station that plays Christmas music. And I can turn it on or off when I want. I am a big fan of Christmas music. I love Christmas music. However, I do not love Christmas music before Thanksgiving. It has its time and its place. Just saying. And we're going to put lots of love down at this corner here. So you can stamp your inside with sentiments and not necessarily have to have an image. Okay. I forgot what I was saying. I was just rambling. Okay, let's put this on the inside of my card. I am, like I said, a little bit behind on my Christmas decorations, though. Again, somehow, you know, 3 other households have put their stuff into my house, and I've got to get rid of stuff. So I'm having a little bit of a challenge. So I'm just slowly going through. I'm purging stuff out, and, you know, I'm like, well, you know what? I really don't use this during the holidays, so let's either gift it to somebody else or send it to Goodwill or Salvation Army, or, you know, because I don't need it in my house anymore. And I found this crystal, wine decanter with two matching glasses. We don't ever use a crystal wine decanter. I mean, we suck up the wine before it can go bad, you know? All right, so I do like that card. Let's make another one. So this time, let's just see. Now, where'd that other piece go I had? Here it is. Okay. Let's do it on a different color. Let's see how I like it on the... I think this kind of mutes it too much. Like the color doesn't pop if I do that. Let's see what happens if I put a little bit of black around it. Yeah, that doesn't do it either. What happens if I put the purple? No. Okay. I still have this other purple one. Where did that one piece go? Alright, if I have that little, I mean, that doesn't look too bad. This covers it up way too much, so I don't even see that background. So let's try one of these. We're going to run this through, and we'll put this on our designer series paper and see how that looks. I do like that opening there. The other thing I could do, I could have this actually on the inside. Ooh, that might be fun. A piece on the inside, a piece on the outside with a hole cut in it. And then from there, you'd see this one. Ooh, or I could go solid and do that. So many decisions. All right, I'm going to use a different color, though. I've decided. What do you think? Petunia Pop? Berry or Blackberry. Too dark. So it's between berry and petunia. Berry or petunia. I could use both, but I think I want to use black as my card base. So I'll get a piece of black out here. And I still, I mean, to me that's white in there, so I'm going to still keep going with white. Just because I feel like it is. All right. So I'm going to take a 5.5 by 8.5. I'll score that at 4 1/4. Make sure I don't cut it. I want to score it. All right. Now I have another piece here that I am going to do. Where's my die? I'm just going to cut my die first and then I'll cut it down. So this is my other 5.5 by 4. So let's run this through our die cut machine. Oh, okay. What did I do with my... There they are. Hiding behind my white cardstock. All right. Well, I've got something in my... What is that? I've got something on my roller here. Something sticky. Okay. That was just weird. Okay. There was like some sticky cardstock on my roller, which I had not noticed before. All right. Rawr. All right. Again, because there's so many bits and pieces in there, I'm going to run it back and forth. Or forth and back. Whatever you want to say. All right. I got a little black circle. All right. And I'm hoping it's cut all the way through. So now I take my brush tool here and brush this out. All right, sometimes those pieces just want to get stuck. So just gently pull them out. If you pull too hard, you're going to rip something else. So just be patient. You can take your pokey tool, poke some of those through. It's this big piece here that's getting stuck. Come on. Come on. All right. I don't think that piece cut very well. Okay, we're just going to leave it like that. So poke out your pieces. So anyways, I like listening to Christmas carols. I'm really big on that. No one else in my family likes to. I don't know if I like ruined it for them or what. But yeah, no one will listen to Christmas carols with me. I have it on in the car. If I have the radio going on at home, especially if I'm making cookies or if I'm doing Christmas cards, yeah, I got the music cranked. Or when I'm decorating, yeah, they all kind of try to stay out of my way. Which, you know, it'd be more fun if they would decorate with me. I don't know why. But, you know, is that a guy thing? They just don't want to decorate? Like, I should have had a daughter, because, well, it'd be more fun. So, well, in a couple years, my granddaughter will. I think my grandson will like to do it too. I don't know. It was always a really big deal when we got to go to Grandma's house and decorate with her. And she'd always wait for me to go over there to decorate. So it was always kind of cool. All right, so I'm going to just cut this down to 4 inches. I was just kind of lining it up here. So I've got my 4-inch piece. So now you can see how much you'll see through that paper. So I think it's pretty neat that it has that piece right there. I mean, this would be cool too, to have all the different colors behind it. I think I kind of like this better. What do you think? And let's see. I don't really think that that's berry. I think that's more petunia-ish. I don't know. What do you all think? I wonder if I could take like a little bit more off my edge here. Oh no, that's, well, yeah, because I want to have that color just kind of pop up behind it. The second piece is better. Okay, this piece is better. Do we like the petunia or do we like the berry birth? The berry. Petunia or berry? Kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the berry, although I think petunia works better. Or do I just go with the black? I think the black on black is just going to be too dark. Like I feel it's too dark. I don't know. All right, we'll try it. Berry, okay. All right, I'll go with the berry. Okay. Has it been an hour already? Holy cow. Now, I do have some other things too that I die cut if I can find them from Scenic Adventures. I was going to use that tonight too with this, and I, for the life of me, again, moved it somewhere safe. I knew I wanted to use it, and I don't know where that somewhere safe is. I need to go through my stamp room and figure out where my safe and non-safe is. All right, so I'm going to cut this to 4 by 5 1/4. Actually, I could have left it larger, but too late now. I was thinking I could have just left it like the whole size, and so my black would have a little bit of that behind it, but it's not going to because I didn't do it. All right, let's get this on. And why don't let's just really take this a step further. Let's just pop this up on dimensionals. I know you're thinking, are you crazy? Yes, I am. All right, so in order to do that, I need to cut some thin strips here. So I'm going to actually use my large scissors. My adhesive strips tend to be a different width than the dimensionals, so I want it to be all the same, well, height, I should say, not width. Okay. All right. So I got this one. So I made my own. I will do this. Again, you can use every bit of foam on your dimensional sheets. All right, let's go this way. This is one of those no waste products. And if you're really concerned about waste, you can save this piece to like do some of your glue work on. I don't know why I took this off right away. I shouldn't have. All right. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone playing along with me today. It makes me feel like I'm so not alone. I mean, not that I'm lonely. I'm alone in my house. Well, okay, Cooper's here. But you know how he gets. He starts playing with something, and Lord knows what he's going to do in the background. All right. He's been actually I told you the other day he was sick. He's actually starting to feel a little better, but he's still sleeping a lot. So whatever he had really kind of took it out of him. All right, so now I'm going to try to go in some of these larger spots with a larger dimensional there. There's not too many spots that I can do it in, so I may have to just take like half pieces. Well, unless I use these little bitty pieces here. Can you hear him snoring? He's right at my feet. He's snoring away. I don't know if you guys can hear that. He's pretty content. Oh. Okay, sticky side down, sticky side down. Come on. It's sticking to my finger, not to the paper. Sticky side down. Okay. No, I thought I cut more of them out. Here we go. I trimmed them. I didn't actually cut them out. So when you're working with a really tiny piece like that, you might as well just peel off both sides of the adhesive because it is too hard to try and mess with that. All right. I'm just looking for areas that I have larger spots that I can put some dimensionals in. And let's see. And this is only because I decided I wanted to have it pop up. Where did that piece go? There it is. If you just want to lay it flat on your cardstock, you can. All right. Okay, I think that'll just be good enough for right now. All right, so now we're going to take this and hopefully I got that centered on there. Oh, some of the areas I'm seeing a little bit of my white dimensional, so I'll have to make sure I put something there. All right. How did I not have the right size here? Well, how do you like that? I need to actually trim this down. I thought I measured it, but I apparently did not. I don't know if I have enough room to trim that down. All right. I know I'm rambling, but all right, I'll have to use my scissors here. It's like 1/8 of an inch too big. Okay. Now we'll try it. Okay, there we go. All right, much better. I'm just trimming away some excess that I had there. All right. Okay, so now, well, I don't have the right color snowflakes cut here. All right. We'll grab, you know what, I like that this piece has some of the, let's cut it out of here. That looks like it's the same piece actually. All right, we're going to cut some of the snowflakes out of here. Bring that through really quick. And then I'll quick do that last card with the Scenic Adventures die cuts. Now, I'd love to show you to you, but I don't know. That's the stamp set I couldn't find. Stamp set and dies I couldn't find. I know I have it. I just used it. But who knows where I placed it. This seems to happen to me a lot. I think I just need to get more organized. That, and I need to get rid of some of my past class stuff because that takes up a lot of space. And I do really want to get rid of some of it. So, again, check back in Monday because that's when I will post the last class stuff. This weekend, I'll post the calendar days class and, ooh, got some fun colors back there. And the Fun Fold Festa. So I'll be live for a couple of the Fun Fold Festas, but I'm not going to do all of them live, actually. I'm going to just do a couple. And then, like that. You know what? Let's do this. Let's put this one down here. Maybe this one up here. Got something going on over here. I need to cover that. Okay. All right, and now let's get our sentiment out. So we do have a little, where's the dies? A little strip here, and I don't feel like I want to use it in white. I think white's going to be too bright. Oh, we're going to use white. Unless I use a strip. No, wrong color. I was just trying to see with strips of paper that I had here, what color might work. I don't know that Pool Party would. No, it covers too much, so I don't. I'm in a little bit of a dilemma because I really want that to pop a little more. So let's do this. We're going to take a piece of berry burst. I'm going to get a little scrap out here. If I can lift my papers. Again, having such trouble lifting up my paper. Okay. Just trying to find a smaller piece of berry burst here. And I'm going to do a quick die cut, and then I'm going to grab my embossing powder. So do a little embossing here. Okay. Where's my black? Oh, white. Okay, black. Oh, I give up. Okay. All right, let's get this die cut, and then we'll get our sentiment stamped. Just because I have the large guy out, that's what we'll use to die cut this with. Where's my other plate? Other plate, where'd you go? I got 1, 2. Oh, right on my lap. Holy cats. All right. Okey-dokey. Versamark. All right, and what's sentiment? Okay, we'll just do happy winter. I mean, if you want to do happy birthday, you could do happy birthday. It's your birthday. You're one of a kind. Let's see, happy winter. Here it is. Here it is. All right, now I really should have my embossing buddy out, and because it's really staticky in my house, but I don't feel like getting up again to get it. I know I'm lazy. right. Where's my... I do need my little tweezers here because it's a small little piece. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And my fan is on, so I'm really just trying to keep my hand over so it doesn't go flying all over. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just going to hold on to it right there. Start my embossing tool. And let it get a little bit warm, and then we'll go ahead and emboss that. Let's move this out of the way. Is there refill available? I mean, I know we have it. I don't know if it's in stock. As soon as I emboss this, I can take a look for you, though. The other thing you can do is, if you don't have Versamark, if you're a fast stamper, you could use your regular stamp pads, but sometimes that's kind of hard. The other option you could do is you could stamp in a craft ink like white, and then if you're using a colored embossing powder, you wouldn't even notice. Just want to make sure it's really heated. There we go. Put this down somewhere so I don't burn myself. Okay. And let's see if that Versamark ink is available for you. Do. Okay. It says it's currently unavailable, so let's see when it's supposed to come back in. I can check that for you. And it should be in January 19th. So what you want to do is in the online store, when you go to, like, let's say the Versamark ink refill, and you click on it, you have an option of, it says currently unavailable, but then it says, send me an email if it becomes available. And then you put your email address in there. I'm telling you, I have lucked out on quite a few things by doing that because I was able to get it before some of those items went and sold out again. So it's definitely something to consider. I'm just going to put my Happy Winter right across there. I can still see all my colors. I am going to pop this up on dimensionals though, but I'm only going to put dimensionals on the inside here. I'll put a little bit of glue over here. Okay, just like so. I forgot to take my backings off. Duh. Like, why didn't that stick? Hello. All right. Okay. Now we'll get... See how fun that was in the back, too, with the different colors? I always think that's pretty to do, but I don't know if I want the other colors. I kind of like having... I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Oh, let's just do it. What the heck? Right? We got it. Let's go with it. Ooh, now this glue really wants to come out. So I'm just putting dots on various pieces here. Okay. I could pop this one up, but I think it's just going to be easier to... Now, what if we do that and that? Like, just have a couple different colors. Let's do that. All right. All right, so I know it's going to be there. I'm just trying to put some glue where I know it's going to be hitting paper. Like, I mean, the popped up paper that I wanted. The paper I wanted to land on. All right, come on. All of a sudden, this got clogged. It was working fine. What the heck? Come on. You were just working. Okay. It doesn't want to play nice at the moment, so we'll just go with what we have. All right. That's the thing with the really narrow glue dispensers here. They tend to get clogged, and I cannot squeeze my hand. Like, I can't even do my re-inkers right now. Okay. All right, let's just see if I have my other one available. I'll have to take a needle to that later. Okay, here we go. Okay, so got all those done. And I don't know that these stars are going to look quite right. You know, I'm going to use some of the black stars, and we'll see how they look. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my take a pick tool here. Oh, did I not glue that one down? Guess not. Hold please. I need to get that one glued. Okay. I know you have adhesive on you. All right. Okay. Let's go back to our stars here. And we'll grab one of the big ones here. One there. We'll grab a little tiny one for over here. And then, so baby bear, a papa bear, and a mama bear. All right, there we go. Okay. And I think we could even add some other ones. You know, I have so many of these. I might as well use them, right? Let's make use of our stars. Oh, well, that one stuck to that. And they're sticking to my fingers instead of sticking to where I want them to stick. Okay. It just adds a little bit of sparkle. Okay, so that's our second card. Wow, we only did 2 cards, but I mean, not bad from going from total scratch here, right? And let's see, our third card then. Let me get back to my Facebook feed here. So I've taken the trees. If I can find them all. Oh, shoot. Well, nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. I am not having any luck tonight. All right. Well. I need to grab some of my cardstock over on the side here, because I believe I have a piece of balmy blue that I want. Okay, no. Because it's not going to really show up on a lot of other colors. So, all right, so I got my balmy blue here. And so I did 2 lines of trees here. So I'm just going to overlap them like this and this. But I need a 4.5 by, you know what size I'm looking for of this. 4 by 5.25. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. It's getting late. I guess I'm getting tired. I don't know. Having a rough evening. And there's no real reason why I should have a rough evening. That was Lost Lagoon. Ooh, that would look pretty. We'll use Lost Lagoon instead. I am not a big balmy blue fan for whatever reason. I don't know why. So I'm going to use my Lost Lagoon. Another go-to favorite. Because, you know, it's kind of like your pool party can go with that. All right. So I have this. All right. So I got my short, I got my tall. It doesn't matter what order you put these in, okay? Now I may have to trim them down a little bit. Like these may be longer than my cardstock here. All right. So I'm going to put them like that and that. And we're going to take some of our snowflakes here. Remember I said you can use those corner pieces? Well, we're going to be using our corner pieces here. All right. So what I should have really done when I die cut those is I really should have used my adhesive sheet. But since I didn't, we're just going to go ahead and grab our silicone mat here. And I used to have a little dauber for glue. I have no idea what I did with it. Let me see if I have an empty one here. I should. Right. So I have a container of daubers here. This is how I store my container. So when I use them, I then put the name of the ink around that, so I always have it. So I should have an empty one here. Now once I put adhesive on this little dauber, that dauber is dedicated to glue. So just saying. All right, so we're going to put, where's my different glue container? Because obviously that one is... So I'm going to go with this, and let's go ahead and just, I'm going to adhere these two together right away. So I am going to just take my dauber, and I'm just going to add some glue. All right. I really want to line up my two sides. And we'll put that on the front here. All right. By using a liquid glue, it gives me a little bit more chance to move that around to be where I need it to be. So I'm going right to the bottom here. So I'm making sure I'm meeting the corner and the side. All right, so now I know that I have a little bit of extra here, so we're just going to take our scissors and trim it off. All right, now I'm not going to put this on my card front until I get all the other pieces that I want on here. So where did my dauber go? Okay. And that's kind of straight. So we're going to just tuck this one right down behind that tree line so you don't really see that it was cut off. And let's see, we have a couple here. We'll do this one up here. And that dauber will suck in quite a bit of glue, so you'll have to make sure you move around on your mat so that you don't get your next piece stuck in there, in that glue. Again, we're going to cut off some of the extra, so if there's excess on there, no worries, we're going to get rid of it. All right. There we go. There's a bunch of glue on that piece right there, so I'm just going to trim that piece off. All right. And so let's get this trimmed off. I'm going to flip it over on the back. Okay. All right. You'll want to definitely clean your scissors when you're done. All right. And let's see. I did want to put one down in the bottom corner. Let's see if I have another piece. Yes, I do. Okay. Yay. All right. So on this piece, it had straight edges. So I am just putting it right there like that, like it was meant to be. Yay. All right. And now I can do, I'm going to randomly stamp Let It Snow. In my Lost Lagoon. Oh, I need some scrap paper under there. Scrap paper, where are you? There it is. And I'm not going to let the fact that I have snowflakes there bother me. I'm just going to stamp around the snowflakes. And I can, you know, I can even do it down here, which I don't think it's going to show up. But we can stamp along the black. You get a slight little, you can barely see it. It's like something's there, but you don't know what's there. Okay. All right, so I got that done. Now I just need to have my sentiment here. That's too big. So we had a black. That's too big. I had that little circle cut out when I did that die before. Where did it go? All right. Well, we'll just use this one again. So on here, let's find our sentiment. And I'm going to end up putting my sentiment right here. So, because I know I'm going to cover that one, I'm going to put one right below. Okay. See how my sentiment's going to go right here? It's going to cover that one up. All right, we're going to do this in, kind of don't want to do it in that. I would like to do it in, you know, we're going to do tone on tone. We're just going to, we're just going to use, okay, that's not big enough scrap. We're going to do it on this one. It's kind of the same color, kind of. I don't know. I don't know what I like that. All right. We're just going to do it on a piece of some color. I guess white. If I cut this out. Okay. Here we go. I know I'm hurrying so that you're not with me all night. I mean, I don't mind you being with me all night. I kind of enjoy it, but I know when they first came out with Lost Lagoon and then they retired it, I have to admit, I did kind of hoard a little bit of Lost Lagoon because it was like my favorite color for all my winter cards. So I stocked up on it. So I have not actually needed to buy too much. I had a lot. Okay, not as many as some people, but I did have quite a bit. I know that I had enough to last me for quite some time. It was one of those colors I never even actually offered up either because I loved it so much. Okay, so I've got my little tag here. So now I just need a sentiment. And I think we're going to do, let's see, I want to do a bigger sentiment though, you know. I lied. I don't think that's going to be big enough for the sentiment I want to use. So I'm going to get out a strip of white here because the sentiment I want to use says sending warm hugs. That's my other favorite sentiment from this set. And I'm going to do it in Versamark and my black ink. Okay. Versamark. And I need to get some of these cleaned. Okay, sending love. Where are you? Stamp set. I've got a lot of mess out here. I just realized how messy this was. I'm like, ooh, can you guys even see my desktop? Because I can't. All right, there. It's getting a little better. There we go. Okay. All right. Ooh, well, I didn't want that to happen. All right. Uh-oh. Where is it? Sending warm hugs. Here we go. Okay, block. I mean, I guess that would that fit on here? I don't think it will. Oh, it does. Wow, I'm shocked. It fits on there. Okay. All right, I'll take this. I really didn't think it was going to fit on that. Okay. All right, so I'm giving a little flick, wiping off some of those extra black specks. Let's grab this. Let's grab our, well, that's how my black specks got on there from my tweezers. All right. Now, if you notice, not one of these was a Christmas card tonight. And I'm using a winter set. So sending warm hugs. All right. Let's grab this. We'll cover that. Move that there. Let's grab our card base and get rid of that. Okay, we're gonna put our sending warm hugs. Oh, I did get some. I still had some of the little powder on there, but oh well. It is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna put that there, but I feel like I need ribbon. So I am actually going to pull in. I have some white ribbon left, so I'm going to use my white ribbon. So if you, whatever other ribbons you have, you could use white baker's twine. You could use, I don't know, you could even use basic beige, which would actually be okay too. All right, so I'm going to tie a bow over on this side. Let's see if my finger will allow me to tie a bow. Not going too bad. I hope with our next catalog, well, I know in the January it doesn't have it, but I hope in the next annual catalog that we get some more white ribbon back. Because I love white ribbon because you can use it on every single card, and if you wanted, you could color it with a blend. Okay, so let's get this popped on with some dimensionals. Where did I throw those before? I know I had them in my embossing powder. Okay, so I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on here to really give that some support. And I think I'm even going to pop this up on dimensionals just to give it a little something something. Actually, you know what it's going to do is something. Putting a piece of black behind it. That's what we'll do, the something. Okay, I thought I had a piece of black still here. I do. So I'm going to cut this piece of black to be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So it's going to be a tad bigger than that. 5 3/8. So it's an 8-inch smaller than my card base and an 8-inch bigger than my layer here. All right. Okay. You know, even that alone, without putting that sentiment on the front, is actually very pretty. I think to really spice it up a little bit more before we put it on, we're going to grab our old friend Winkastella, as soon as I can find mine, and shake that, shake your wink of Stella. Sorry, I shouldn't do that to you on a Thursday night, right? Okay, this one must be my dried out one. I hear stuff in there. Okay, it's not coming out. Let's see, do I have another one here? Yeah, I sure do. All right. Oh, come on, you can't both be dried out. I haven't used all of this. All right, come on. I must have a good one in here. Not just 2 bad ones. Unless I just can't squeeze. All right. I just opened one recently, so I'm really kind of surprised that... I don't know, maybe this is just clogged. Oh, it looks like it's empty. All right. Well, hold on, please, while I grab a new one. I'm really surprised I ran out. All right, so now you get to see how fun these are to open. All right, so you take this, take off that top, screw this. You need to take off this black right here, this black ring. And you screw this on. All right, give it a shake. Now, I'm going to tell you, gently squeeze. You'll start seeing it come through. All right, so I'm going to take some of that loose stuff, and I am just going to tap my pen with something. Nope. Kind of have to move it around to get it to where you want to go. All right, good enough. So now you can kind of see the little sparkle on there. You see that sparkle? It doesn't take long for this to dry. I'm just waving it just a little bit. And let's go ahead, and here are right to here. Okay, it's just 1/8 of an inch, so just barely a border there. All right, we're going to put our dimensionals on the back of our sentiment. Yeah, I mean, I could center that right there. I like it kind of off to the side here. All right, we got that. We got some little sparkle going there. All right, we can slide our little bow down just a tad. Maybe if I didn't put adhesive there. I think I have adhesive on there. Okay, well, it's going to stay there. All right, let's go and pop this up on dimensionals, and then we're going to be done. So thanks for visiting with me tonight. Thanks for being here. Again, we used the Snowflake Kisses stamp set and coordinating dies, and we pulled in those Northern Aurora Lights Designer Series paper, which is the beautiful purples and blues and blacks and Yeah, just gorgeous paper. All right, here we go. And we can add a little bit more of these stars since I have them. Let's go ahead and add them on. And again, these were from our sorry, I was trying to think and put on embellishments at the same time. Wasn't working for me. This is from our spooky Halloween stuff. So I'm just going to I'm just going to put quite a few of them on here because I have them to use and I want to kind of get rid of them. And, oh, that one stuck to my finger instead of that. Okay. All right, there we go. Doot. Okay, come on. Oh, the star keeps rolling. Okay, we'll just do the same shape, same size. And what's happening is the foam is sticking to my fingers instead of sticking to my take a pick tool, so it gets kind of bent out of shape. All right, and I'll put another one down here. Okay, all right, so we just have some of those. All right, so that's card 3. Let's grab out card. Oh, got it on my glue. Hang on. There's our first card, our second one, and our third. So on this one, I cut the designer series paper with this corner die. And then the next time, I actually cut the whole piece out and put it on top of a designer series paper. And then this third time, I just grabbed my Scenic Adventures die. I ran the through die cut machine twice on my basic black. And so that's how I got that little background. All right, so I hope you enjoyed these. Have a great weekend. Thanks for spending time with me tonight. And make sure you're on my email list because I've got lots of things being sent out in the next 4 days. So tomorrow will be a recap of the videos this week. Saturday will definitely be the classes. I'm trying to get those out by tomorrow, actually. Sunday will be what's going on next week. And Monday will be the new past class and PDF sale that I'm having. All right, take care. Bye. Love you all. Thank you.